Today we'll learn how to send messages to Azure Service Bus queues and how to retrieve the messages from the queue. And for the demo purpose, I have created a solution named Azure Queue Demo, and I have created 3 projects: Azure Queue.domain, which is type of .NET Standard 2.0, and I have created a receiver, which is a type of console application and .NET Core, and the version I have used is .NET Core 3.1, and the receiver is also a console application of type .NET Core, and also I'm using 3.1 here. So to send messages to Azure Service Queue, Service Bus Queue, so we have to create one Azure Service Bus Queue first. So let's navigate to Azure portal. So I have created a Azure Service Bus namespace named Order Management namespace, and inside that I have already created Order Management queue. So queue always should placed inside a namespace. A namespace we can consider as a container for queues and topics. We are not discussing about topics in this video. Look into my other videos where I have discussed thoroughly about the topics. So to send message from .NET client to the queue, we need to add some shared access policies. So let me add one right now. So let me give the name as sender policy. So which will send messages, and I'll create. And similarly, we can create another receiver policy, and here it will listen, and I'll create. I'm creating 2 different policies, but remember, you can create a single policy where you can select send and listen. So that's also another way of creating. So here is the primary connection string. So I'm just copying it to the clipboard. So let's navigate to the application right now. So right now I'm inside program class of Azure Queue Demo Sender. So here we will add some connection string and queue name. So let me copy that real quick. So here is the Azure connection string and queue name. I'll explain why we have created this one. So before that, we'll navigate to these orders. So I have created one class in the Azure Queue.domain. This is a simple class consisting of order properties like order ID, order name, and order quantity. So I have populated order information like order ID and order name, like a few orders, so which will be sending to Azure Service Bus Queue. So right now, to send messages, we need to create a client. So let me create a client right now. So here is the client. So this is IQ client, and let me import the namespace. So here the first parameter is the Azure connection string, and second parameter is the queue name. So let me add other code. So to send all the product information, the order information, we need to iterate to the orders collection and send it one by one. So let me add that code. Okay. So what I'm doing here is we are just iterating to the orders collection, and we are getting the serialized object of the item. Let me add the namespace over here. And since we need to send it the message in the binary format, so we are encoding it to UTF-8 and then get bytes. So let me add the namespace. Then we are using the send async method to send the message. So since this is an asynchronous method, we have to use the await keyword, but the method is right now is void main. So let me change it to support asynchronous. And then I have added a task. Let me import the namespace. So right now this method is asynchronous, and finally we are adding a console.writeLine. Just it will show that this order has been sent. So let me add a few lines of code, just not to send accidentally any messages, so that we can ask the user first, if user says yes, I want to send, then only we can send the message. So we are just reading the user's consent here. Whatever, so if user says Y, then we will send that one. All right, our center is ready right now. So let's move to the receiver part. So in the receiver part, I have already added connection string and the queue, and I have already added the client over here. So let's create a method to receive the messages. Let me add a new method over here. To support async, I need to change it to task. All right, so let me create a new method. So here we'll just create a new IQ client, this one. The parameters are same, Azure Service Bus connection and queue name. Remember, like I have two different connection strings. One is for receiver and one is for the sender. So I am using different connection string over here. This one is different and this one is different. All right, so I have created the client, and let me create some options. So here I am using message handler options with exception method. So what this exception method is will do is it will handle all the exception which will encounter during the processing of message. If we get the message and during processing we found some issues, then it will handle that one. So let me implement this method, and let me make it async on task. We can just simply write whatever the error we are facing right now. This error occurred, and error is whatever the error message is. So next we'll write how to process the message, and for that we'll write client.register message handler and execute message processing. And this is the actual method where the messages will be processed. So let me implement that method. So let me change this name to message. It has two parameters. One is the message, and let me navigate to the definition. So it's reside under Microsoft.Azure.ServiceBus. So second one is cancellation token. So we are not using cancellation token for this demo. So we'll just retrieve the message. So if you remember, we have serialized the object first, then we convert it to binary, and the same thing we will do here. We'll just get the string from the message body, and then we are deserializing the object of type order information. Then so right now we got the result. So I'll just write something in the terminal to show user that what order details we have received. So I have written one console.writeLine. Order ID is the order ID, the name of the order, and the quantity of the order. So right now we need to complete the message, since we have used autocomplete false. So let me paste the code. So it is the client and complete async message dot system properties dot lock token. Since this is a normal method, we have to change it to asynchronous. And all right, the message is set. So right now our receiver party is complete. Okay, this is still showing some errors. So let me change it to async, and let me wrap it with one task dot Then what we'll do is we'll wait for the user's input to complete the since it's a console application. So right now our sender and the receiver both are ready. So let's check it out, like how it is performing. So right now our both the applications are ready. One important thing is in the connection string we have to remove this entity path object, or else it will throw exception, and we'll do the same in the other application. And we'll just change one thing in the sender. So here it was sending application, so we'll just add one console dot read, so that the window won't be closed automatically. Then we'll make changes to the solution so that both the application will start. So here it is start, and receiver and sender both are in start mode. I say apply and okay. Let's run the application. So we have, this one is the receiver and this one is the sender one. So it's asking me, do you want to send order information? I say why. So right now it's sending the message. You see, like when I'm sending this message from the sender, automatically the receiver captures all the messages and displays it over here. So this is how we should integrate Azure Service Bus Queue into the .NET client. Thanks for watching.